Hi there, everybody. How are you today? I'm Lisa Loring, and I'm here to do, you know, sometimes so I'm here to do the reading for Friday, January 13th. And I say that loosely because I think I shared this when I was doing videos previously. I know I've said it at a couple of times. I tend to feel the energy. I think the readings that are the reading that was done for yesterday, January 11th. I feel like that was a reading that um, applied to Wednesday and today. And that's not why I didn't do a reading for today. I just have a lot going on Wednesdays. So I have a lot of classes that I teach and just a lot. So, the energy, if I feel it, I feel it. I don't, and I recommend that for you. And that's the energy that we're dealing with. That's been coming up in a variety of ways because when and all the readings I've done for the past week or so, because I've only been back doing this a week. The driving and the pushing and is not working with our divine wiser selves. It's not working. It's not co-creating with God's spirit universe, whatever that is to you. When we're just pushing and we're just doing to just, because we think we should, like that just sounds ugly, right? And so if we're not really called to do something, then why are we doing it? And the motivations do need to be explored. So maybe you've lost the motivation for the situation that you're in. Well, as opposed to just taking that feeling, that information at face value, there's always going to be more to it. By the way, do you like this camera set up a little bit better? I still am working with the two cameras in order to make sure we have something to upload to Instagram. But I changed the orientation a little bit, and it's going to be a little awkward when I angle the camera down to look at the cards that we're going to pull. But yeah, because the reading that came up, especially with these two final archetype cards. I'm sorry, I'm burning incense, and I was almost like action the cards. This Anima Mundi card, right? And the mountain card, we're not isolated, and every little bit of work that we do for ourselves. So that is doing things that call to us, that doing the work, going through that investigative type of work, which the temperance card came up. We're being tempered. How can we be in this star energy? We are individuals. We are absolutely individuals, and God consciousness wants to come through each and every one of us in our unique way. That's what makes life wonderful and not bland, and makes it a wonderful journey. And and draws to us the people, the places, the things, the situations that are going to help us continue to evolve and grow. And, and that's where we are these individuals, but it's not a matter of like getting all chained up and just being, oh, woe is me, I'm by myself. That's a real place though, right? And it's the willingness to look at why that's true for you, or whether that's true. We're never alone. We always have our spirits, our guides, our God, Christ, Jesus, Mother Mary, whoever is bigger than you. Goddess Isis has been coming up for me today. She's, one of the many that I work with. I work with a lot of different, thankfully I am open to that. Are you open to being, to releasing these chains that hold you back? That's exciting for me to like know about these entities, these kinds of energies. What's exciting to you? Don't be afraid of being that. And that's that Aquarian energy. And I realized spoke to that. I said, oh, sometimes people refer to Aquarians as being the oddities, like they're aliens. They're always like, they're so different. but we're moving all of us into the Aquarian age. So we have to cultivate that uniqueness about each and every one of us, because when we add our uniqueness to the collective pot, then we're making a better world for everybody. We must do for ourselves, for sure. We must do any kind of introspection, any kind of self-cultivation, any kind of self-improvement is going to serve the anima mundi, to everything. And I realized here, we had the star card keep coming up. This anima mundi, the shape of the star, I realized it afterwards. I saw it when I reviewed the video. And all the signs of the zodiac are in there. All kinds of all the various religions, colors of the rainbow. Again, that rainbow is coming up. So, we do this work and we do it for ourselves. The more we actually do that self-improvement, and it's not in a selfish way, the more we want to improve upon ourselves, that automatically attracts the people, the situations toward us that are also doing the work, that also want to evolve. And just automatically through doing that, we're improving the vibe of everything. Again, Aquarius is all about vibes. And it's not just about Aquarian people or the fact that we're coming up to Aquarius season in, a week or so. This is really, and the fact that, Pluto's getting ready to move into Aquarius. He'll actually do that this year, and there'll be that back and forth between there and Capricorn for a while until it's permanent, I think it's got a 27-year transit. You know what? I could be wrong about that. Check me out. Check it out. Like I said, I'm not the astrology expert. I know enough to be dangerous, but I listen to a lot. There's so many wonderful astrologers out there you can listen to. But yeah, when he goes into Aquarius, then he'll start working there. And that's when we'll really fully be in the Aquarian age. And that'll be in 2025. Let me get final transit. So I'm going to let that reading go. I'm going to work back with the Gilded Tarot for the, sure. So just so you know, when reversals do come up, if they do, and I don't think they have thus far, now that I'm saying it, we'll probably get one today. And we'll talk about that if and when it does. But yeah, what was I going to say? I'm going to go back to the Gilded Tarot. But look, the Magician is still flipped over. Magician is still flipped over. It's not, you know what? I'm going to keep it out. I'm going to keep it out. That was still appended in the deck. Anyway, I always check to make sure that my cards are straight. So if they come out reverse, they come out reverse. And then like I said, we'll talk about that if that happens. So yeah, what are the blessed messages that are here for the collective for, yes, Friday, January 11th. And as I was saying, what's coming up, and I tend to be a conduit for things that come up a few days in advance, if not a couple of years in advance. So if you happen upon this video 2 years out from now, it's meant for you to see at that time. And that might be when it's relevant. These readings always have some kind of relevance, right? So take what resonates. Excuse what doesn't, don't get fixated on all that one, just there might be one little thing that you need or one little thing that somebody else needs. So make sure that you share this to somebody who you do think would benefit from hearing what is being shared. And so I ask Spirit, okay, so we have these cards that are coming out. The minute I said Spirit. And so, yeah, we do have one that's come up in reverse. The Ace of Wands. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and angle the camera down, and I'm sorry, do this kind of awkward, like I said, thing to flip this around so that you can see the cards. And we'll put this one down too, so everybody can see the cards that are here. All right, so we have, and I'm going to put them here. We've got the Magician, the Two of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands came up in reverse. And I like that the Ace of Wands is actually in reverse. Let me reverse it the way it came out. Because this to me is, we need to slow our roll. I know that I was listening, like I said, to Rob. I listen to her nearly daily, Robbie Hunt. She is a metaphysical minister and astrologer. She is currently doing daily guidance on the Serious Joy platform. If you want more information about that, I will. I'll include it in the write up. But you can also contact me, and I'll help you get where you need to go. She's fantastic. Um, but yeah, she was talking a lot about how Mars went direct today, and we I spoke to this a couple of days ago. I think we were feeling that chomping at the bit, direct motion. We've been feeling this coming on for a while, and everybody's been really been waiting for it. And this is that motivation to go. And as she described it, it was like, but it's right now, but it feels like, it's like the stop and start energy. So we don't really know like how to get into the things that we desire. That the relationship, how to move forward with things, like how to co-create, how to we've all kinds of things on offer that we're excited about pairing our energy with, whether that is a relationship, whether it's a project that you're working on, whether it's anything, activities in your house, friendships, getting started back to school, like whether no matter what we're pairing our energy with, that we're emotionally connected to, and where we that is that is spiritual, that feeds our spirit. There is this, we need to kind of slow our roll. And I am feeling that we do need to pick another card. The Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I'm going to pull that one. Yeah, that felt right. And then I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. But yeah, we kind of need to there is a slowdown. Mercury is still in retrograde, and that's great because with Mars going direct, there is this, finally after all of this time and it's in Gemini, which is thought processes and our attitudes and our thought, our attitudes toward things, the way we look at things, consider things, our perceptions, our mental perceptions. We want to kind of get going, but with Mercury, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. That very much is, so this is Mars in the picture here. It's like he's gone. It's going to take him a minute. He's at the 8th degree of Gemini, and that's a number of commitment, and it refers back to Capricorn, where Mercury is retrograde. So there's some reciprocity going on there, where Capricorn, Mercury's in Capricorn, the zodiac sign that is the degree where Mars is at in Gemini, and Gemini is Mercury rules Gemini, and Mercury is currently in Capricorn in retrograde, and will be, and he's actually stationing direct. He's really slowing down. So, we've got these two energies that are going back and forth, and that slowdown is good because, nobody wants to go, crazily out of the gate, and blowing all of their, their energy and their emotions, and you're just, everything out before, before you even know what's going on. And we don't want to waste all of our magic, right? Because if we can slow it down, don't worry, there's an Ace of Pentacles, and this is just the beginning of, things that are going to become fruitful for us. This is if we can corral those energies, and I've been talking about that. So here's the other card that came. Okay, so the Five of Pentacles is there. So this is the card of feeling like you've been left out in the cold, and that's fine. It's okay. That's not true. There is a feeling of I don't really know what's going on. I don't feel like I have enough. This is a card of lack. The Four of Pentacles is also that it's like gripping onto things and being desperate. But, this is an even different kind of desperation where you really feel like you've been locked out of certain situations. Now, that Death card has been coming up, in the Major Arcana card had been coming up, in two different readings over the past week. So some of that death energy may be still kind of lingering. But this is a Minor Arcana card. So this is not the kind of card this is just, again, it's just your imagination. Maybe it's showing up on the material plane now. You're starting to understand what things are closed off to you at this point. But the Ace of Pentacles came up as well. So, the Ace is here to tell us that we're at the beginning of a new journey. I don't think you guys can see that on the video there. So the Ace of Pentacles is also here. I'll put it there so way everyone can kind of see. The Ace of Pentacles is always here, and this is the beginning of new projects. This is the beginning of, but it's an ace. It's that ace in the hole. The projects that we're working on, they're going to bear good fruit. We just need to continue to do the work. Everybody, we all have this idea that, I'm going to put all the magic in. It's completely magical, and we've got a wand, but that wand is down. Yes, we have to do the work to have this kind of, emotional stability, this emotional investment, this, this is divine, this is a sacred, this is a divine pairing. And again, I can't impress upon you enough that this is not just two people. Two people may be depicted in this picture, but it's not, it can be a pairing of anything where you've emotionally invested yourself. And that can be your job. That can be your children. That can be your family. That can be, it can be your pets. It can be anywhere, anything where you are, there's a give and take that feels equal. There's a give and take. I think the Ace of Cups came up out of in somewhere. Oh, look. Yeah, there it is. Damn, at the bottom of the deck, the last reading I did, the Ace of Cups had come up in that deck. And this is from the Crystal Visions deck. So this is actually filling ourselves up individually, like having that, taking that time for that individual, connection to our inner divinity. And when we are connected, and we make magic, when we are connected to our own divinity, this is where we do attract the situations, the people, the friendships, the jobs, the career, all kinds of things that we feel like there is an equal give and take, where we're giving, it is a wonderful balance. We're starting to have that balance. That's, a little more emotional stability. See, the waters are very calm here. The waters are very calm. So that calmness is coming in, and that I noticed that this is the central card of the reading. So in this, what we're seeing is, this is where, we can make magic out of anything. And I noticed that he's got one pentacle, the ace. He's got one pentacle he's got one of each. He has one of each, and that's true of any magician card, but that is being drawn to my eyes to remind us that there's one of each element. What we're creating, our monetary, our financial, our emotional, our financial, our health, emotional, because, we are emotionally, triggered. I guess I'm going to say triggered or connected to things that we see on the material plane, financial, health stuff, any kind of things on the, or anything we value. Venus is also in Capricorn, by the by, in an earth sign. So, that another earth sign. So that's, this isn't an element of earth. Now, the fire is the wands. And this is anything that we're passionate about, anywhere where we're directing our energy. We're pointing that magical wand, so to speak, our magic, our vitality. It's also health and healing. Divine spark. The swords are our thoughts. That's that Ace of Swords. He has the Ace of everything. And the Ace of Cups comes back into play here. So we have an Ace of Wands. We've got an Ace here. We've got an Ace here. The only one that we don't have is the Cups, but we have a Two of Cups. This is the combination. Again, this is a combination of the divine. The Lover's card came up earlier. Again, major arcana. So now we're starting to see this in the everyday world, the everyday. It's not just a signpost. It's not just that larger highway, that larger theme, that archetypal theme. This is something that's happening on the everyday. And this is central. And we can have this kind of everyday stability if we, direct our energy. Right now, we need to kind of keep directing it down, keep directing it toward ourselves in order to develop. There are things that are going away. There are things that we're shut out of, and we might feel and we might feel that lack, but that is not the best place to be. It's never the best place to be. 5 is a number of thought processes as well. So it's really our thoughts, our attitudes, our perception. Like these guys are, this card is really all about perception. If you notice, there's a tremendous amount of light coming down onto these people. And there's beauty all around them, but they're so obsessed with what they don't have that they're not really noticing that they're just at the beginning of a journey. Again, coming back to that beginner's mind. The Magician is also a number 1 card. It's also actually being a beginner. You do have the tools, all the tools that you have. You do. It's always that mindset that, that about whether you're going to see this kind of abundance or notice that, this is actually divine. You see the hands? Even though this is in the reverse. So one of the things I notice about this one too is that we are being given from the heavens this wand, this divine spark. This isn't an upright where it's, coming up from the earth. This is coming from the above. Make the connections with the above. So because it's in the reverse, that's the image that we're seeing here. We're being given these wonderful opportunities. But we can slow things, and if we slow things down, and if we, just recognize that it's okay to be slow, it's okay to take our time. That doesn't, and so what? There are things that we don't do anymore, or things that aren't around anymore that, used to be things on which we could rely. That's the 5 of Pentacles. We're at the Ace came up before that. That is perception, and this is always a card of perception. And I understand. We have all been through a great deal of loss, change. It's hard to, feel sometimes that you can move forward, but if they can move forward, they actually move into the 6 of Pentacles, which is a card of, a noticing that there's an equal, again, an equality. It's a card of give and take. And then the 7 of Pentacles, you can keep graduating. So that's the reading for there. Do I feel like there's anything else? I am going to pull a card from, I guess not. It's not here. Nope, I don't feel compelled. And the Rumi deck is on the way. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. What we have here is, again, opportunities to change our perception, to see that there is so much that's being given to us. There's so much on offer. It's all in how we use it. So I thank you again for your attention, and definitely share this with anybody who you think might need it. And I appreciate your time. I'm still working on the Patreon stuff. I'll get there. And when I do, I'll let you know. Thanks. Bye.